Hi, Hadya. Thank you for sending this set of essays. Sometimes the system gets a little glitchy and the emails don't show up in our inbox either. So, with that, let's get straight into this. It's helpful if you can include the topic. And in other words, I need it exactly as it's written so that I can refer to it in this correction. Okay, let's see what you wrote though. Environmentalists all over the world have been emphasizing on the increasing problems with pollution over the last few years. These have particularly affected the urban population in large cities all over the world. Numerous factors are responsible for these increasing problems, and in the following paragraphs, we will discuss these along with their possible solutions. All right, it's fine. There is some, you know what? I do want to read it again and tell you what I might have changed a little bit. So let's start from the beginning. Environmentalists all over the world have been, this is the wrong word for me, emphasizing. Okay? You haven't been emphasizing the problem. That's not what you mean here. I think you wanted something else. They've been calling attention to, they've been sounding the alarm. I mean, something like that. But I don't like emphasizing as a word here. And then I would not also say it's wrong to say emphasizing on, you just emphasize something. Okay? So let's try that a little differently. Environmentalists all over the world have been sounding the alarm on the increasing problems with pollution. I wouldn't have said over the last few years. I mean, it just feels like not really necessary because look at this. You've got all over the world, and then over the last few years, and then again, you have all over the world. I felt like some of this was a little unnecessary. Okay, so again, I would take some of it out. Let's try it one more time. Environmentalists, you know what? Why don't we get rid of it here? Environmentalists have been sounding the alarm on the increasing problems with pollution. These have particularly affected the urban populations in large cities. Period. Numerous factors are responsible for these increasing problems. You just said increasing problems here and again. Okay, so numerous factors are responsible for this issue. I don't see the word issue anywhere. And the following paragraphs, we will discuss these with their possible solutions. Okay, so can you see what I've tried to do here? I've tried to get rid of some of the repetitiveness. And I've also tried to maybe get rid of some of the wordiness that doesn't really help you, like these words that don't really carry a lot of meaning. So that's what I've tried to do. Let's keep going. One of the major contributing factors to what? To pollution, or to urban pollution would be even better here. So one of the major contributing factors to increased pollution is there's that word increase again. In rising pollution, you could have said, is the rapid increase in number of factories in big cities. The rate at which these factories are, look at this, increasing. You need to vary your language up a bit. Let's start again. One of the major contributing factors to the rise in pollution is the rapid increase in the number of factories in big cities. The rate at which these factories are growing, okay, in number is not proportional to the number of waste disposal facilities available. This, you wouldn't call it a disbalance, you would call it probably this imbalance, IM. This imbalance has led to improper waste disposal practices, which are contributing to contamination of fresh water sources and environmental pollution, which is causing massive havoc without the A to both human and animal life. This can be supported by a recent study conducted by the Oxford University without the, where a direct proportional relation was observed between increasing health problems and inadequate factory waste disposal. This problem can be countered by provision of proper waste disposal facilities to factories in areas far from the urban population. In addition, strict protocols should be laid down to ensure that factories follow proper waste disposal methods. Okay, so you decided to have one paragraph devoted both to the problem and its solution. And that's an interesting way of doing this. And it can be successful. But let me tell you what the problem with doing it this way is. You have all of this dedicated to your problem. Look at what you have dedicated to your solution. So it feels really imbalanced. Okay? So imagine this. If this had been a paragraph, okay, and then I'm assuming you did the same thing here, and you had this big old thing regarding the problems, what would have been dedicated just to your solutions is actually very tiny. So I want you to look at the band descriptors under task achievement for band 6 and for band 7. It says under band 6, it says presents all parts of the topic, but some may be more fully developed than others. That's what you've got here. That's the danger you run into when you organize your problem and solution essay like this. You've got, usually students have a really well developed problem section and comparatively a tiny solution section. One of the ways that you can counter this is by making sure that your solutions are developed. It's not enough to just give a list of what those solutions are, but instead you have to tell us why those solutions are solutions. Okay? So this one here, proper waste disposal in factories far away. Okay, well, why? How does this help? Strict protocols. Okay, why? What kinds of protocols? How does this help? So you have to develop it more fully. All right. So let's keep going. Another factor that has caused increasing pollution problems in big cities is significantly increased. Look at this. Again, increased. Please be careful. Increased utilization of transport vehicles. On one hand, the burning of fuel by these vehicles leads to, there it is again, smoke production, which drastically degrades the air quality in big cities. The declining air quality has led to, there it is again, increased cases of respiratory problems among urban citizens. On the other hand, these vehicles worsen the already existing nuisance of noise pollution. This issue can be dealt with by encouraging the utilization of public transport in favor of personal transport. Okay, that I don't think you mean this. Encouraging the use of public transport instead of personal transport in order to promote fewer, not less. This in turn may contribute to improved air quality due to decreased with a D. This can be supported by evidence of similar measures taken in Japan, which have, because it's measures that were taken, which have led to a drastic improvement in their air quality index. All right. Now here I felt like you did a lot better. Look at this. This was your problems and this was your solutions section. So it feels much more balanced. Here you definitely had a better way that you did it. But I also want to tell you one other thing. This on the one hand, on the other hand, is used incorrectly. I know that a lot of languages have something similar, and a lot of times, learners of English will try to use on the one hand, on the other hand to do this. It doesn't really work though, because we use it differently in English. I would have just used a linker to add education. What did I say? Education to add information. So, furthermore, what's more, moreover, one of those would have been okay. All right. So, in light of the above discussion, it is quite clear that in order to improve life in big cities, it is essential to nip the evil in the bud and address the contributing factors at root level. It is only by these measures that we can tackle the increasing pollution problems in big cities all over the world. Okay, lovely. That's nice. I like that. Okay, so it's a good job, but there are definitely some things I would have changed here. Okay, so let's take a look now at your task 1. All right, so let's take a look now at your letter. Dear Dr. Harry, I'm writing to you to inquire regarding a summer job at your clinic. Introduce myself. My name is Hadya Shafiq. I am from Pakistan and I am currently residing in the UK along with my family. I am a second-year medical student. Okay. I would like to get an opportunity to work in your clinic this summer. I'm particularly interested in the role of physician assistant. I believe it would allow me to increase my knowledge and enhance my skills. This job would allow me to gain, look at this. It would allow me to increase, it would allow me to gain. Careful. Don't be so repetitive. Patient exposure, which would help in sharpening my communication skills. This would be a great opportunity for my future career. Okay. I think I would have liked a linker here. Therefore, this would be a great opportunity. Okay, because you're kind of wrapping it up here. And it doesn't really link to the other sentences. So it would have been nice if you had had it as a sort of conclusion to that paragraph. Therefore, this would be a great opportunity for my future career. Okay. All right. After previously, you really should have a comma. Previously, I have worked as an intern for 1 month in the public hospital near my house. This allowed me to develop great observational skills. It also gave me a chance to closely observe various medical procedures and gain experience of some basic procedures. You just said procedures. Procedures, procedures. So careful. Basic processes, not procedures again. I've also worked at the local burger shop during my high school years. All right, so then not have, I also worked. Okay, because you're telling us when this was. This taught me important values like teamwork, hard work, and patience. Okay, not super relevant, but fine. All right, this is a little sudden here. You're like, I'll be looking forward to hearing back from you. I would have liked something really wrapping this up. So something like, based on my skills and experience, I hope that you will consider me for a position this summer. I look forward to hearing back from you soon. Okay, so wrap it up a little more gently, not so sudden. And then it's not with apostrophe here, no apostrophe. It's just yours sincerely, comma, and then the rest of it's fine. Okay, so so that's pretty much it about this set. There's some good stuff, but I want you to really be careful about some of this repetition that I saw today. So yeah, I want you to be careful. And then of course the rest of the feedback, I want you to kind of try to apply as much of it as possible. All right. So thanks for sending this in. I'll be looking forward to more essays from you. Good luck.